New numbers from the Florida Department of Health are out. There are more than 13,000 cases in the state and 254 deaths. Miami-Dade has more than 4,000 cases. Broward has more than 2,000, and Monroe has 46 cases. 6 out of every 10 people in the Miami area say they know someone or have personally been laid off or had their hours cut. It's a glimpse at a new poll showing the big picture of how COVID-19 is impacting Florida. NBC6 investigator Phil Prazan is live with a look at what people in Florida think. Phil.
Well, University of North Florida researchers spent the last 5 days asking more than 3,000 Floridians their views on our situation. Who do they trust? How their leaders are doing? And the majority reported that they have more faith in career professionals more than their elected politicians.
Elected officials from your neighborhood to D.C. have restricted movement and business in this crisis, but people told North Florida researchers those leaders did not act big enough or fast enough. The majority of Floridians believe the federal and state governments have not gone far enough. Local government does a bit better. Very few Floridians believe their government went too far to respond to COVID-19, and their concerns about public health outweigh concerns about the economy.
There is a clear concern amongst Floridians that not enough is being done. And that's something that in a public health crisis, if you're going to make an error, you might want to err on the side of public health.
In an interview with NBC6, Mike Bender, the university pollster, told me voters gave them a clear sense of who they trust in this case, too. To the question about who is giving them reliable information, President Trump is around 41%. More trust Governor Ron DeSantis than don't, but most look to their mayors and county officials for reliable news. The overwhelming majority look to career professionals at organizations like the World Health Organization, the Centers for Disease Control, and the Florida Department of Health.
Even though we as a populace, at least here in Florida, might not have the most faith in some of the specific elected officials, there is some overwhelming faith in the CDC and the doctors that are leading those organizations.
But out of all the televised events during this crisis, Director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, Dr. Anthony Fauci, has become one of the most well-known and most trusted faces. 85% of Floridians approve of the job he's doing.
And I think that's a positive thing for people to hang their hat on, is there's somebody certainly who's on TV, not every day, but darn near every day, giving us some information that we believe.
And this was entirely an online poll. That's opposed to a normal phone bank. They couldn't do that because of social distancing. They can't all get in one room. Now, those online polls usually skew younger, so what they did to counteract that was broaden it, triple the size of a normal statewide poll to get a better picture of the state of Florida in general. Live in Miami-Dade, Phil Prazan, NBC6 News.